Have you ever had a night with way too much alcohol that ended up in you falling asleep on someone else's lawn and waking up with a long laundry list of regrets? On a GLP-1, you get the perfect sobriety companion. Along with that comes less regrets, fewer family secrets, and a lot less to explain to the kids. I'm Dr. Alicia Hart, and this conversation is about the emerging research on how GLP-1 medications influence alcohol consumption at the level of the brain reward pathways. Something interesting is for a lot of people on GLP-1 medications, those nights start ending much earlier, before they ever get to that point. And this isn't just anecdotal. There's real science behind it. One of the most talked about studies in this space was published in JAMA Psychiatry. There was a randomized placebo-controlled clinical trial looking at once-weekly semaglutide in adults with alcohol use disorder. Instead of just asking people how much they drank, the researchers used a laboratory alcohol self-administration program. Pretty much they just watched what the people actually chose to drink in a controlled setting, and the results were striking. People receiving semaglutide consumed significantly less alcohol during the lab session. They had lower total grams of alcohol and lower peak breath alcohol levels, and ultimately reduced cravings. Another interesting point here is that semaglutide did not dramatically reduce the number of days people drank. Instead, it reduced drinks per drinking day. In other words, people still had a drink, they just stopped a lot quicker. That's exactly the pattern people describe clinically. The second and third drink stopped feeling compelling. The escalation, where you pass down someone's lawn, that never happens. The night ends before it turns into a story you'd rather never tell. So why does this happen? Because GLP-1 receptors don't just live in the gut. They're also expressed in key brain reward regions, including pathways that regulate dopamine signaling. Alcohol increases dopamine release of the nucleus accumbens. That's what reinforces the behavior and drives that, we can keep going loop. GLP-1 receptor activation appears to dampen the reward signal, reducing alcohol's reinforcing effects without requiring conscious restraint. This isn't willpower, guys, it's neurobiology. All right, so GLP-1s aren't sobriety drugs, but they may reduce the reward escalation that turns a few drinks into a regrettable night on someone else's lawn. And that's why this research has gotten so much attention, because it suggests GLP-1s may influence behavioral reinforcement and not just work on appetite. If you are interested in starting your GLP-1 journey and you are in the Phoenix area, please reach out, either text or call the number listed in the description, and we could do a free consult and see if you qualify. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you real soon. Take care.